40 years of developing hockey players from youth to the pros, Minnesota Hockey Camps has a player development program for you. Located in Breezy Point, Minnesota, our professionally coached on-ice development sessions, off-ice speed training, weight room sessions, stick handling sessions, shooting skill sessions are the right program for you. MHC takes great pride in its tradition with developing NHL players like Chris Stewart, Ryan Bugsy Malone, Scotty Hartnell, and TJ Oshie. Our dedicated staff is ready for you. Come check us out at MinnesotaHockeyCamps.com. Sign up for your chance to become the player you've always wanted to be. Hashtag who will be next.
Cold showers, leaking pipes, furnace giving you the chills? Look no further. At Iron Range Plumbing and Heating, we've got you covered. From expert plumbing solutions to HVAC magic and all sheet metal work, we are your one-stop shop for comfort and reliability. Professional service from a team that cares. Say goodbye to household woes and hello to peace of mind. Call Iron Range Plumbing and Heating today and feel the difference.
At Grand Rapids Chevrolet GMC in Grand Rapids, Minnesota, we have the trucks. Over 47 new Silverados and Sierras sitting currently on the lot with more to come. We have all the options: LT, RST, LTZ, High Countries, ZR2s. We have heavy duties. We have Sierra, SLT, Elevations, Denali's. We are equipped for the truck you are looking for. With great rebates currently, with up to $12,500 off on select models, now would be a great time to take advantage of savings and get yourself into a new truck today. Grand Rapids GM in Grand Rapids, Minnesota.
Welcome everybody to the Tea with Miss McGill Show, presented by our friends over at Aero Auto Glass and Supply. Got a crack in your windshield? These are your peeps. They're your local source for windshield repair and replacement with same-day services available. Aero Auto also provides in-home services like installing and repairing your windows, glass doors, and glass shower doors. So you got a crack in a window at home? These guys will take care of you. Aero Auto specializes in commercial door installations and repair. So if you own a business, these are your peeps. All their work is warranted and they accept all insurance companies for your convenience. Aero Auto Glass and Supply, downtown Virginia and downtown Hibbing. All right, it is Puka speaking. Star of the show, Coach Reed Larson. Week 2 of the boys high school hockey season is behind us, so we're into week 3, episode 117. Gobble, gobble. How'd Turkey Day go?
It was good. It was good. Yeah, it's always kind of a grind. You're going through that week, and then obviously practices and games are taking place, and you get time with family, but not enough.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, well, that's the nature of being a hockey coach. It hasn't been any different for me for the last 35 years.
Yeah, sure. Right.
So it's whether it's coaching or playing, you're always cut short with your family time. But one of the things that we've always instilled in my family ever since I was a kid is hockey outings were always family outings for us. So, it's always, we got this, but we're going to do our family thing when we go to the tournament this weekend or the games this weekend. So, yeah, the Turkey Day and holiday gets cut short, but that's okay. Yeah. We're hockey people and we get used to that.
A lot of pumpkin pie?
You know what? I gave my wife the pumpkin pie. I brought back we actually went to my sister-in-law's place over in Proctor.
Yeah, that's yours.
And she had a couple of pies that she made, and she cut a big chunk out of it and brought that back. And the wife and I were going to split that. And my wife's a sweet tooth.
Oh.
She can't let that sit for very long. And I was just kind of just teasing her with it. And I finally said, "You can have mine.
Just take it."
Yeah. That's gonna, you know what? That just is a way of just keeping the marriage smooth.
Boy, there you go.
Keeping it smooth.
Absolutely. All right, some new subs this week. Corey Martela, Nick Meister, Tommy Vucetich. He would be the grandpa to Leighton Anderson down at Marshall.
Okay.
Paul Checo, Cheeks over there in Virginia, and Chris Mosher. So be just like these guys. Follow us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, follow us on the podcast platform that you're using, and said this is a great way to support the show at no cost to you. All right, we're going to get into our games of the week presented by the Ring Sports Bar and Grill over in Eveleth. Breakfast on the weekends, lunch, dinner, daily specials, daily happy hour, dinner specials, 248-8582. Give Michelle a call. 'tis the season, so the gift card deal is back. We've talked about this in the past. $100 gift card purchase, $20 free. $100 gift card purchase, so $20 free. Who doesn't want $20 for free? So check out their Facebook post, the Ring Sports Bar and Grill. Hit the thumbs up for them. You can check out the details. I think it runs until Christmas Eve. So, like I said, $100 gift card, $20 free. You're going to go there anyway. We used to call this the
no-brainer.
There you go, the no-brainer. There you go.
No-brainer.
It's the no-brainer Ring Sports Bar and Grill. We appreciate your continued support.
Yes.
All right, so we'll start out with the Thunderhawks on the road down to Maple Grove.
Yeah, you know what? I don't think it's any secret to anybody in the state that takes a look at the AA teams and what schedules look like for people. There really is no rest for the weary. There's no break for the Thunderhawks. Every game, it seems like you're running into a wagon of a team, and there's no sense in pushing any of that off, because we're going to get into the preview here in a couple of minutes, and we're running into more good teams. Maple Grove was a hell of a team. They were at the time rated 5th in the state, and after the weekend trip down there, going 4-0 after beating us, are now 3rd in the state. You know what? We actually did some really good things. We could find ways to get more shots on net, and I think our top scorers right now are struggling kind of finding the net. We'll get into this, just a quick review of last night's game too.
Oh, yeah.
That was a Proctor game here. But obviously the huge focus that we did, the preview from last week, was Maple Grove on the weekend, and that's a fast team. They're very well coached. They're going to be the team, in my mind, that comes out of Section 5 AA. Obviously Andover is in that section as well, so is Rogers. Maple Grove's the team that's going to come out. They're loaded with talent and speed. They've got goaltending. But there were good things that the Thunderhawks did in that game. There was, defensively, we're coming together as far as protecting our end, our 100 feet of the rink. We have to start generating more offense, and I think that's where the problem comes in. We go down there and we throw up a big old fat 0 in 2 games, right? The JV gets ripped 6-0, and the varsity gets beat 3-0. So it could definitely have been a lot worse. It could definitely have been a lot better. They scored their second goal halfway through the third period. So it was a 1-0 game. They scored literally in the first shift.
Right.
This was the first varsity start for sophomore Luke Sherlock in the net, and he did a phenomenal job. He saw a lot of pucks. He looks
on the road.
He looks already like he's getting comfortable early. We threw him in a game where this is your first varsity start, and you're going to play against number 3 in the state. Yeah. Here you go. And the young man really did a nice job playing in the net that day. Obviously, the save percentage doesn't reflect that. I think after that game, he was like an 88% and a 3 goals against average. That isn't what you want to see as a goalie. But what we're looking at as a coaching staff is somebody that's ready to compete and somebody that can actually play at that level, and he definitely can. So that was a bonus for us to see sophomore goalie get his feet wet and actually play a pretty good game, and Petey was pretty happy with the performance that he saw out of him. I think the biggest problem that we're seeing right now with the schedule that we have, we're having problems getting pucks past goalies. Early on in the season, we only scored 2 against Duluth East. We scored none against Maple Grove. And then we come into last night finally scoring 6 goals in a game, trying to get some guys a little confidence offensively. Rapids has to do a better job of sustaining zone time in the offensive zone. And some of that comes down to, are we getting in hard enough? After the Duluth East game, we realized we have to play with more jab. That's all there is to it. There isn't enough power coming in and finishing checks on the forecheck in the Duluth East game. That we were not very good at doing that. We brought that better during the Maple Grove game, where we're coming in and now we're pressuring, we're getting more bodies and finishing checks down in that zone. The problem is the shots that we're getting that are generating are missing the net, and when you miss the net, puck's coming right out of the zone.
Yep.
So you start realizing that, you're going to sustain more zone time if the shots you create from the pressure that you have on the forecheck, if they actually hit the net.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no rebounds if you don't hit the net either.
Yeah, I mean,
get the goalie down. And...
So last night we actually kind of saw a little bit of that too. So yeah, let's just kind of polish that up a little bit. It obviously didn't look great on the score sheet because it's 3-0 and the 0 doesn't look good. But there's some good things as a coaching staff that we see moving forward early, only the second game of the year, that we're doing pretty good. And some of those areas are in the defensive zone, which a lot of teams struggle with early.
Yeah, sure.
Most teams in the beginning of the season, if they are moving, they're focusing on the other half, the other 100 feet of the rink. They're, we look pretty good offensively, but we're sloppy in the D zone. We're not as sloppy defensively. Offensively, we are.
Okay.
So that's got to change. And that actually helped last night, just to give a little tidbit. We were at our home opener here last night. Proctor was in the building. Finally generating more zone time and generating more offense. 50 shots, 49 shots on net we had. And still sustaining that, sometimes you can get caught in this. We have the puck on our stick all the time. It's offense, and you're not doing very good defensively. That wasn't the case last night. We only gave up 5 shots the entire night.
Oh, wow.
And Grant Olson had his first varsity win at home, and his first shutout of his career. So shout out to Grant Olson in that situation. And, you start looking at our goaltending situation in Rapids. There's a lot of people that were looking at, what's going to happen with Rapids? Carter Casey took off and left to go out to the dub. Everybody was really panicking. The goaltending thing is not as big of an issue as people are thinking. You got Grant Olson, who's competing and doing a really good job. You got Luke Sherlock, who's doing a phenomenal job. We got a couple other goalies in here that want their chances too. Yeah. I got Drew Skorcheski. You got Levi Westby. These guys are going to get their chances. We got guys that are competing, and it's not what people might have thought at the beginning of the year. But what really was good last night about coming out of that game is against Proctor. Finally, 6 goals is a 6-0 win. Guys are starting to see some offense, building a little confidence. That 6-0 could very easily have been 12-0 with some of the shots that missed the net and some of the saves that goalie made last night. He had a pretty good night.
Okay. How about the power play?
Power play is over right now. We haven't had that many power plays. This is what's really interesting. We went down to Maple Grove. I've been coaching high school hockey for 22 years. I can't remember a game coaching high school hockey where there were no penalties called.
Oh, wow.
Maple Grove was penaltyless.
And officiated well?
Yeah, good job.
Wow. Okay.
We had a couple power plays last night. We just couldn't find it, and then obviously against Duluth East we struggled. So we're 0 on the power play. We haven't scored a power play goal yet, which is it's not regular for head coach Grant Clapton. He is a power play whiz. It's just a matter of us finding our chemistry and our groove.
Okay, sure.
But the penalty kill is 100%.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah, we'll take that.
There you go. Perfect. All right, one that I got. Any more on that?
No.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. So one that I actually caught a few games this weekend. So Rock Ridge visiting the Wayzata Trojans. A real slow start for both teams. No flow at the beginning. Lots of whistles. Goalies covering pucks. Not a lot of flow through. I'd say about the first half of the first period. Ends up being a back and forth game. It's 1-0. The Trojans. 1:30 to go. Rock Ridge gets a power play, so they pull the goalie. 6-on-4. Landon Matheson with a great one-timer with about 25 seconds to go. It's a nada. The Trojans answer after that face-out and an empty netter. So 1-0 win for the Trojans. But all in all, I thought Rock Ridge played hard. They never stopped skating. Again, I mean, they're positioned to make some noise again this year, I think, in AA.
Yeah, I don't think that's a secret to anybody. They definitely, there was a panic in the air for people over there on the East Range when Kaz Carlson took off and went to play juniors in Waterloo and then ended up being traded to Des Moines. There was a panic there, but there was never really, there was always a little part of me in the back of my brain that said, I think this kid's coming back. Like, let's not get carried away. Like, I think he's going to come back. Yeah. You can do that when you
called
go to
it at a
USHL.
preseason.
I think he's coming back, and sure enough, he did, and that completely changes what Rockridge looks like completely. And I don't want to take anything away from some of the other stud players they got there. Bialke's a really good player. Their goaltender's a really good player. Cal Scott's a really good player. Bardovich is a really good player. But without Kaz Carlson, that is a completely different team.
Yeah, one, and speaking of that, I think they were 0 for 4 on the power play, but Kaz didn't play that game because that was
in Wayzata. And Kaz actually was serving a game suspension for an interesting hit that happened down at Sartell.
Yeah, exactly. So him in the lineup, who knows? But like I said, I thought the effort was there. Cal Scott got a late penalty. They had that 6-on-4, but then Cal ended up getting a penalty. And then, which doesn't help because he's one of their goal scorers, So the timing of that penalty was not optimal for the Wolverines. But okay, so another game I caught Saturday afternoon matinee, the GRG Lightning right here facing off against Blaine. If I had a buddy call, I said, "Yeah, let's go over." The girls got some players. I mean, they made some crisp passes. Their power play I thought was decent. I think was some work that they can refine that. I think they can end up with a pretty good power play. There's something to build on there. But the overall theme, I think, in just myself and watching is, they're adjusting to life after having the best girl hockey player in the state for whatever, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, whatever it was.
And shout out to her. I mean, she was rookie player of the week last week with a hat trick against the Gophers and a penalty shot goal or whatever I saw. I can't even remember. There was something.
She dangled somebody big time too.
She's unbelievable, and she has been the face of this team since she was an 8th grader. Obviously, she played when she was 7th grade, but Claire Vekic was the face back then. And that was the year that I got to coach the girls team. But she's been that face and has controlled the play, and to no discredit to Mercury, because was never an unselfish. She was never a selfish player. She's always been unselfish of a player. But when you got somebody that can dominate the game that much, how much does everybody else get to share the puck?
100%.
It's not that she's hogging. It's that a lot of people just can't keep up.
Yeah, right.
So she's got to find ways to share it and this and that. And you almost try to overshare the puck when you don't need to. When you're feeling like, well, I got it on my stick all the time. Do I got to get it? And you feel like you got it. Well, now she's playing at a level where everybody's that good, right?
Yeah.
What I think life after having Mercury, I think really opens the doors for people that maybe were behind the scenes before.
Right.
Like
Kylie
DeBay, like Haley Forrest, like
Sophie Carlson looked good on the power play. I mean, crisp passes, and like you said, I think that power play they just need more time. They just need a little bit more time, but I agree. I thought about that too. Yeah, Mercury had the puck on her stick. Whatever. Because what's the average player having on? Like, isn't it like 40 seconds a game or something? It's really low where they actually have the puck on their stick. It's amazing with the analytics when they break all that down. But
yeah, I mean, I could go down the list and name a whole bunch of players that are just going to have great years this year, just because the opportunity showed. But Kylie DeBay is one, and I'm like, she's going to come. It's just going to boom.
Yeah.
It's going to come off.
Yeah. So it was fun. So they skated to a 2-2 tie with Blaine. If I'm correct, they're 5-0-1 in their last 6. So,
I can't confirm or deny. I just know that I have coffee every day with Ike, Darren Elkainen, and Brad Hyduk in the band room with Gundy, and we talk hockey. And there's obviously conversations that shift towards the boys team, and there's conversations that shift towards the girls team. And me being part of that staff, 6-7 years ago when I was coaching with Brad, I like to keep up with those girls, and they're pretty excited about this group. There's some things that are have changed around, and they feel pretty confident. They've been in that section final game now, 3 or 4 years in a row?
Yeah, they've been
and taken second. Yep. It's like they're feeling pretty good. Like, if there's a year that Andover doesn't come out of their section, it might be this year.
Oh, good. Okay.
Like, they're feeling pretty good about it.
Yeah, okay. All right, go Lightning. And then Saturday night, I jump in the car. After that, I went and worked out. I jump in the car, and I got 96.9. Well, Greenway's playing, which I didn't even realize. So Greenway, I caught the 3rd period, so I get home, turn the stream on. Victorious over Wadena Deer Creek, 4-1. So 12, see, we talked about this in the preseason. I think we said 13, so I don't know if one maybe dropped or maybe I was incorrect, but 12 seniors on the team. They're 2-6, but they have a 1-goal loss to Faribault. They have a 3-goal loss to Bagley Foston, but that was one was an empty netter. So they're kind of there, and it reminds me, what do they keep saying about the Chiefs this year? Like last year, didn't they win like 9 or 10 games by one? But this year they're losing them. They're out of playoff contention. Of course, they lose on Thanksgiving there, and I'm just wondering if the Raiders can maybe, with 12 seniors, maybe they'll get some luck and they'll put together some 5, 7, 8 games, or they're winning by one, and put themselves in a good position.
You become battle tested after a while. It's those chips have to start falling your way after a while. Those 1-2 goal games, you're losing it by the hair of your chin.
Right.
And battle and working hard and knowing how good of a coach Andy Surdich is. He is a hell of a good coach, and the numbers aren't there. It's been a struggle for Greenway the last few years, and if they keep to the grind with that much leadership for that club, I feel like some of those 1-goal losses or 2-goal losses, they could end up on the other side.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what we're hoping for. So, congrats to the Raiders. All right. Anything else on the games of the week?
No.
All right. Preview time. Brought to you by Aspire Heating and Control. They are your local Bryant dealer, and Bryant is the official heating and cooling company of your Minnesota Wild. Aspire specializes in gas, electric, and hydraulic heating and cooling systems for existing and new construction, residential and commercial installations available. Services include forced air systems, boilers, heat pumps, mini splits. They are, of course, licensed and bonded. Give Justin a call, 218-999-5957. If you're looking at they used to call it the Mercury, the thermostat, it's going to be getting cold. You remember it used to be called the Mercury?
Yeah.
They had to get rid of that. It was a little dangerous, but
looking at the digits.
You're looking at the temps. It's going to be dropping, so you need anything servicing on that furnace. Aspire Heating and Control, 218-999-5957. Justin is your guy. All right, so you're hitting the road. Both the Thunderhawks and the Wolverines going to make the head up to Roseau Memorial and to the Gardens in Warroad. What are you expecting? Are you guys staying at the same hotel? You guys are gonna have tea and coffee with the Wolverines?
I don't know. I'd have to look at the schedule. Maybe you looked at it. I know that both teams play Warroad. I'm not sure if they play Roseau.
I looked at that. Must have been what I saw. So I just assumed.
But it's actually, that has been a travel partner since I was the coach in Virginia.
Oh wow. Okay.
Warroad has come down here since 2013. Obviously they've come to Rapids for a long time, but I got onto that road trip as travel partners after my first year in Virginia, which was 11-12. And I wanted, if they're going to come this way, they might as well bounce over to play Virginia. Yep. And Rock Ridge kept that going. So I don't know if now that they're AA, if they are going to be playing Roseau. But Roseau never wanted to play Virginia because it wasn't a AA team.
Oh, okay.
Right? But Warroad did. They didn't mind playing there, and we had some interesting games. Obviously had some interesting games up there in time. That has stayed, and now that I'm since moved back over home here in Grand Rapids, Rapids has still got that same weekend where Rock Ridge is the travel partner. They will play Warroad on Friday night. Rapids will play Warroad on Saturday afternoon, a 2:00 game in the afternoon. Rapids will have Roseau Friday night. Okay. So I'm not sure if Rock Ridge goes up Saturday or goes up Friday and doesn't. Maybe plays at home Saturday or doesn't play. I don't know.
Okay.
That's going to be, it's always an interesting weekend going up north. Let's talk about Roseau first. Roseau it's always fun to play in that rink because it's one of those historic rinks. You look up and it's got a similar ceiling to the old roof that was here.
All wood.
You know, we try to model this when they redid the roof here at Yanmar to make it look kind of like the old roof, and it looks great. They did a great job, but it's not the same. You go to the Memorial Arena in Roseau, the Roseau Memorial Arena, you look at that roof. That is legit. That is original.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool to play in that rink, and it's cold as hell.
Yeah, yes, it is.
Yes. Yeah, and it's always tough to play there. I don't care if they're up or down. That's one of those places where you go, it doesn't matter how good either team is. Because when you go into their barn, it is like they get home ice advantage no matter what.
Yeah.
No matter what. But yeah, I think they've kind of had a little bit of a struggle here at the beginning of the thing. I think they're 1-3, I think.
Okay.
At the moment, that it could be wrong. I thought I saw that score, that a little earlier today, that record a little earlier today. But like I said, you go up there, you're always going to get a game out of Roseau, and we expect that. So that's the expectation going up there, is that we're looking at trying to keep things rolling. With the win last night, and get in with a win on Friday, that gives us some momentum. And start rolling towards whatever they have World ranked right now, number 3 or number 4 in the single A. World's going to be a hell of a team. And it's always the case when you go to the World Gardens. That rink is bigger than the other rinks in the state.
It's really hard
It's
to play
wide.
there.
It's
That's why it's
I don't
such
know
a
if
big
it's
thing when Delano beat
100%
them.
Olympic. I'm not sure if it's Olympic size. That's another thing I could go back and talk about with Maple Grove when we played there. That rink is wide. It's Olympic size. It's different when you play on those rinks. Teams that practice on those rinks, we play on this thing and it's tiny compared to going out there. So when you play teams like Warroad on Olympic size sheets, their skill comes out a lot more than it does on a rink like this. So you really have to play good position. You have to know your angles. You have to pay attention to detail. These are things that we've been talking about in practice starting today. We will tomorrow, and then we hit the road on Friday. That is going to be a fun one to watch, to see if our guys can handle going into the World Gardens, knowing that, again, you're playing in a building where the home team has home ice advantage, and the refs know that too. Yeah. They know that. I've heard this, I don't know for how many years, and right now our girls team doesn't even go up to World anymore. They don't play there. There's, for whatever reason, there's beef between GRG Lightning and World Warriors when it comes to girls. So they don't even go up there anymore. But they were talking about this with coffee this morning. You guys still go to World and play, huh? Yeah, because we like the competition, we like to play there, and we like the challenge. It is a challenge to go there and play. And a lot of teams will say this: when you walk into that building, be ready, because you're already mentally, people feel like they're already down 2-0 before they even walk into that building. Be ready for home ice advantage, and if you feel like you're down 2-0, then work harder because of that. And they say the reason why they say that is not because you're expecting to lose when you go there, because you're not.
Right.
You're expecting that there's going to be a lot of bias in the building, which there is. You walk in and there's bias because there's not a lot of refs up there by the Canadian border, and if there are, they're from Warroad or Roseau. Right. There's a lot of fans up there that when you walk in the building, you're not just a visitor, you're their enemy.
Well, and
you are.
And my buddy Brett Gaddy, listen to the show. He's the one that pointed out. He's Grand Forks guy. Back when I was here, he's like, yeah, they're cheaters up there. They use those markless pucks. And I don't know if they still do this. I mean, he's been out for 20 some years, but and I'm like, markless pucks. Like, yeah, they didn't want the glass getting all knotted up, so they were using markless pucks. I don't know. You have to find out when you're up there. See if you but they were different. He said they were a little bit different.
Well, when you look at going there to the World Gardens, the mentality is this: you are going there this weekend for the weekend sweep. The expectation is to go in for 2 wins. Nothing else is acceptable. And when you go in there, understand that you're going to have your work cut out for you. And you got to battle through all of those little things that get into your head about playing in this building and about playing against the Warriors. Some of those things that want to creep into your brain. You mentally have to prepare yourself to compete. Yeah. And that's all there is to it. If we compete the right way, we can win that hockey game.
Oh, yeah.
No question about it.
Sure. All right. A couple other notables. Hibbing will host the Shakopee Sabres Saturday afternoon. On Tuesday next week, Rock Ridge will go down to Andover for a rematch from the Section 7 AA final game last year. And then Tuesday next week, right here, old school IRC matchup, Chisholm Hibbing coming over to visit the Thunderhawks. You want to touch on any of those?
Yeah, I just would like to talk about that Hibbing game coming here in this building. Hibbing is rated number 1 in the state, and they're rated number 1 in the state for a reason. They are a wagon. And we've talked about them for how many years? Yeah, doing this show. Right. That this group is special. They are special. But believe you me, when you come in this building, you're still the visitor.
Yeah.
And
it's going to be packed.
If you want to watch old time Iron Range classic hockey game, which is what this building looked like every single night back in the 90s and the 80s. Come on Tuesday. This building will have people hanging from the rafters in it. Like, don't call the fire marshal. Don't, because the number of people that we squeeze into this building is going to look a lot like it did in 2017, the year that Rapids won the state championship, when Greenway came over here and played. I came over to watch that game from Virginia because we didn't have a game that night, and I walked in, and I'm standing back here behind the goal judge, behind Dewey Geisler back here. And I'm standing too deep because it's already standing room is taken. And every seat in the building is covered, and the band is pumping down there in the corner. You can't see this, but I'm going to say it anyway. There's 4,000 people in this building. You can't even seat that many. Seriously. There will be on Tuesday night. It's going to be a classic game, and be ready for good competition. Be ready for single A number one to come into this building, and be ready for Grand Rapids to challenge that and utilize that home ice.
Yep, absolutely. Be a good one. So that'll be December 9th. All right. Anything else on the previews?
No.
Okay, we'll move into scores and more. Brought to you by Fortune Bay Resort and Casino on beautiful Lake Vermilion. They offer 172 rooms and a smoke-free resort, indoor pool, full-service marina, RV park, world-class golf, several dining options, a bar, and of course, all the gaming you can handle. Holidays are coming. You need some time away. Got a little snow now. The lakes are icing up. You want the snowmobile trip? Fortune Bay Resort and Casino is the place. Visit fortunebay.com for more details and plan your trip today. All right, Ely, 4-3 winners over Moose Lake. You probably saw this. I just saw this. Hey, Coach Ben Johnson.
Yeah, he's back at her.
Yeah, he's back at her. So congrats, Ben. I had no idea. Missed that over the summer. Warroad, 4-2 winners over East Grand Forks. Brainerd topped Sauk Rapids 5-4. Cloquet 2-0 victors over Minneapolis. I Falls, nothing to report, but I noticed they're going down to Mora for a series. Kind of interesting. Why not? I mean, They're going to be down there, going to play Friday night and then Saturday afternoon. So good luck to the Broncos. Proctor railed. See how I did that? Proctor railed by Gentry 6-0. Roseau defeated by the Moorhead Spuds 6-2. Duluth East blasted by Wayzata 6-1. Hermantown 3-1 winners last night over Rock Ridge. I'm sure you saw that. I saw that was 1-0 too.
That was a 1-0. Pretty tight till late.
Yeah, Rock Ridge was leading till late. I guess shots ended up, I heard, 26-24 in favor of Hermantown. So a close one there. Bemidji 6-5 winners over Thief River Falls. North Shore 1-0 winners over Ely. Chisholm Hibbing throttled Dentville last night 9-3 down there. And the Wilderness of Eveleth, 5-2 winners over Mason City. So congrats, boys, on the Walleye Scott Edina Hornets update. The Hornets pound Holy Family, 8-2.
Ooh!
So they got the big win. They're back at her. So anything to add to episode 117?
Wow, we're in the thick of it right now, Puka. We're in the thick of it. For some teams are 5 games in right now. Some are 3 in. We're getting into the stretch here, where we'll be soon talking more about the Christmas stretch and the Christmas tournaments. We've got a couple of weeks before that, but we've got some really, really interesting games to preview. Stay tuned for next week for the previews for the following weekend, because we got some really, really good ones coming up.
Some doozies. All right, and speaking of the holidays, merch sold a lot this week. We've got limited supply left, so like I said, if you want something easy for Christmas, instead of thinking out of it, get a hold of Reader Eye, send Goatsportsmediallc at gmail.com. We'll get you taken care of. But like I said, it's getting down there. So act now. So we, size, baseball caps. We got like just a couple left. So think about that. Anything else?
I'll close this out.
Okay. So yeah, we love hearing from you. So comment. Throw anything in the comments. We appreciate that. And just a big thank you to the greatest partners on earth, Virginia Family and Biwabic Family Dental, Aspire Heating and Control, the Ring Sports Bar and Grill, Aero Auto Glass and Door, Fortune Bay Resort and Casino, Zorbas of Grand Rapids, Iron Range Goalie Academy, Grand Rapids GM, Minnesota Hockey Camps, the Jackson Hole Moose Hockey Club, Iron Range Plumbing and Heating, and Integral Hockey Twin Ports. For Reed Larson, I am Puka. Get out there and be your dream. You're tuned to the Tea with Miss McGill Show.
All right, fellas. You just can't get the hockey itch out of yourself. The college route isn't for you. Community college route isn't for you. The junior hockey route isn't for you. Well, there's still hockey that you can play. Why don't you check out the Jackson Hole Moose out in Jackson Hole, Wyoming? Take a look at these guys. Full crowds, full hockey, packed houses every night. Get a hold of TJ Thomas on Facebook, and he can get you hooked up with what's going on out there in Jackson Hole.
Integral Hockey Twin Ports offers top-of-the-line junior, intermediate, and senior sticks for sale. Integral also repairs shafts, blades, and goalie sticks using their patented process that restores your stick's original performance. Same flex, same kick point. Shaft and blade repairs come with a lifetime warranty at the repair spot, so you can trust your stick to perform game after game. Give Sand a call, 218-940-9089.
Would you like to hear about Zorba's specials? On Mondays, it's Micro Monday. All taps are just $4. Tuesdays, $3 tacos and $4 dos Ekis. Wednesdays, personal pizzas, $8 and domestic taps, $4. Thursdays, we have deals on nachos and $5 surly taps. We offer trivia on Wednesdays at 6 p.m., bingo on Thursday at 6 p.m., and then karaoke Thursdays at 10 p.m.